Chapter 11, Where a Foe May Lurk. Alright, yep. Back to Bulwark? Bowler Warler? I don't even remember where he's going. Like, he splits off. We stopped in Bindle, but for the life of me, I have no idea what our destination is. Anyway, your hay mattress itches, but it's more comfortable than sleeping on the cold, hard ground. As you stand in your private room, you hear something. Throwing on your cold bear cloak, you step outside and listen. It's the distant sound of battle, outside the gates, where your ravens are. You race to the gates, shouting for the guards to open them. They look pale. I swear to the gods, I'll make it worse for you if you don't open these damn gates, you yell. The guards follow your command, and you're almost overwhelmed by a surge of clansmen pushing to get through. The old wanderer of your company finds you. Just some dredge scouts, he says. Surprised us in that snow, and we took some losses, but we cleared them out. Probably a lot more coming, though. As he speaks, the snowfall lessens. Timing. Storm must be moving south now. Not that it changes much for you living it up inside here. Okay, so next time, don't sleep apart from them. I could have done a battle. Anyway, you grab a raven running by you. I want every one of our fighters ready to move. Now, set a post inside these gates for them to wait for me. The fighter nods and takes off to find everyone. Let's see. Where's that feigned Volca? Maybe up on the wall. The feigned Volca is here. Volca Zephyr! I never heard you speak like that. The silent appearance of the two menders surprises you. You're outside the walls. What did you see? Dredge scouts. I'll wager my axes. There's an army of them coming this way. The young mender's eyes go wide as he stares at Claw and Fang. And if that's true, they'll love this place. The storm must have hidden their approach. Or kept them at bay. But why are they here? Why now? I don't care. We're heading for the mountains. But the ravens could take on all these dredge. Especially with the Volca's help. Like the time in the river rake when you helped the Volca Fjoren. Huh, forgotten about that. Nikel's eyes light up. It was you, Fjoren, and a handful of ravens tracking down the bandit who called himself Draugr of Dengler. The river, a war horn blares across the town. The army of dredge you suspected is real. Nichols, find Gudmundur. Have his guards try to calm the people, but bring him to meet us in the barn with the cart. The young mender follows orders without question. Not a bad quality. The cart's not your business. I disagree. A dead Volca gives you a cart to hide in the deepest recess of a river, and then suddenly an army of dredge appears? If you hadn't already tried, I doubt you'd be able to open the cart. It's woven shut, as I suspect. I'm the only one here who can open it. We told you, Juno's not dead. We were just traveling with her. Let me tell you something that compromises my position as a Volca. The Juno who I knew, who the entire council knew, was put to death by us, the council. You killed one of your own? It's a very rare sentence reserved only for the worst offenders. Altering people's minds, their thoughts, is one such offense. Volca gets quiet and looks at you. She tried something on me. It didn't really work. Because it wasn't Juno. It couldn't be, could it? Whoever it was got mercenaries to bring that cart here for free. Subtle. Regardless, Juno was put to death, and Ivan was imprisoned. In his grief, he escaped, and stole away with Juno's body, but for what purpose is anyone's guess. So, no, you will not be paid by the council for a job issued by a Volca whose life we ended. Your irritation is rising when another war horn sounds. 2 horns means a large force approaches. Collect what you need in a hurry, and hurry to the barn. It's time we discover why you're really here. Oh, she's gonna open up. You're idiots. It's the bellower. The last dredge falls, and you pause, taking in heavy breaths. The snow is finally abating. The storm is moving south. Let's get inside the gates, you say. Alright, so we got market, barn. Let's go to the market. Let's see what we got. We could always... Oh, no. Oh, wait. This is the market. Okay, so we got Thruster's Tooth. Strength, crit chance. Strength resist, arm, minus move. Will... Level 9, plus 1 all talent ranks, plus 3 armor, plus 3 divert, okay. And break talent ranks, armor, break. I mean, they're not bad, but I don't know how necessary they are. Like, we get plenty of artifacts as it is, and none of these aren't, like, must-have type things. Also, we don't get supplies because, oh damn, 1 for 1 is not a good trade. Ugh. Yeah, I'd only do that in my absolute desperation. And we're not that desperate. Alright, so we've got the barn, we got the mark. Right. We have renown. None of these were good, though. Like, the break talent ranks were kind of interesting. The extra armor in the break might not be bad. Just because. I could think of that. Like, giving this to Bulwark might be interesting. All talent ranks. Dodge. Will. Strength resist arm. Like, it seems like it could be worth it, but I think I'm going to save it mostly just for character upgrades. Those seem maybe a little bit more worthwhile. Anyway, to the barn. The smell of hay and yak's dung is heavy as you enter the stout wooden barn. Zephyr and Nichols are talking in hushed tones to the guard captain, Gudmunder, who glances at the large cart nervously. Everyone knows why we are here, she says. I do not believe in coincidences, but I cannot begin to imagine what would draw an army of dredge to Bindle besides the contents of this cart. She moves her spear in intricate motions, occasionally shaking her head and starting over. Finally, she looks at you to open it. Called it. The sight of the Sunder Bellower's body in the cart silences everyone but you. You howl as the memory of a dream tears through your mind, and she drops you to a knee. A strange tower of white stone, lightning, fear, confusion, distrust. There's a wrongness about it all. Bulwark, hey! Folka's voice draws you from the dream, and she's shaking you by the straps of your cloak. Everyone is watching. Another dream? She asks. Your eyes finally focus on hers. A white stone tower, lightning. What are you talking about? Zephyr asks, pulling away from the cart. Her tone is full of concern. I saw a tower, lightning. I don't know what I saw. The Vulca pauses, briefly before shrugging. This is unexpected, Zephyr says. The Vulca looks unaccustomed to surprises. Gudmunder, continue your task. Nichols, take some fighters and open the mine. Keep that path clear at all costs. As both men begin to leave, she points to the cart and shouts, "Not a word of this." They nod on their way out. She turns to you and Folka. This cart, I'm not sure why they are attacking, but if the dredge recapture Bellower, he's dead. Who cares if they take him? He cannot die. His immortality is more than a rumor. Dredge lives have no natural end, but they can be killed, all except for the immortal Sunder Bellower. They live forever? Zephyr nods, but looks lost in thought. Let's see. How do you know all this? Zephyr sighs. The Vulca know many things about all life in the world. I cannot go into further detail right now. Further detail? That was no detail at all. There's an army of dredge coming for this cart. I will tell you more when it is safe. The storm to the south and dredge army to the north leaves us with one way out. The mines. Wait, our way out is to sit in a hole in the ground? The Vulca have pathways there that will grant us escape, but with all these people it will be difficult. Ask what you can do to help. I'll put the ravens to work. What did you have in mind? Both Zephyr and Folka look surprised by your response. The Vulca recovers quickly. It will only take the dredge a couple of hours to fully prepare their assault. We need to move food and people to the mine. Help load carts near the gates, or warn families in the houses of our immediate departure. Without waiting for a response, Zephyr hurries away. I've never known you to offer help like that. I thought we would search the Great Hall for whatever we could find, but you might be too honest for that now. You give her a look that requests silence. I don't know. It's kind of interesting to change up expectations. So we have Great Hall, gate, houses. I don't remember... Okay, so the Great Hall is to find stuff, houses to warn people. Let's go to the houses, I think, first. Roughly half the ravens are around to help you wind through the paths between the old leaning houses. To the mines, you shout, banging on doors. Families tumble out of their homes, asking no questions of you, and head to the mines. After a few paths are cleared, Ollie whistles to get your attention. Big house over here. He says, grinning. Might be worth checking out. See anything through the windows? Looks empty, except for a woman who likes her drink as much as me. She's passed out. Recognizing an excuse to enter and look around, you say it's our job to save her. Ollie laughs and agrees. Odd for a house, you say, noting the size. You bang on the ornate door as a precaution. Nothing. Entering, you find scattered toys and hand-carved runes on wooden blocks. Slumped in a chair and snoring is a middle-aged woman. Doubt she'll mind, says Ollie, walking over and prying a wineskin from her hands. Papa? Ollie draws an axe as a small girl peeks around a wall. She's wiping her eyes. What is this, you ask? Ollie tucks away his weapon and looks around the wall. It's like a barn for children. They're all back there sleeping. They'd have missed the mines without us. The chaos at the mine entrance halts at your arrival. Bulwark blood axe with a drunk woman over one shoulder and a dozen children in tow. Volka Zephyr says, and they say the gods are dead. The villagers laugh while frantic mothers scoop up their children. The celebrations end when a loud slam on the gates announces the arrival of the dredge. Everyone into the mine now, shouts Zephyr. Alright, so we saved children, but we might be low on supplies. Let's see how much we have. Okay, we have a little. This is gonna be rough. But I don't think we would have been able to buy anything here anyway. The mine shaft is cramped, and more than once your broken horns knock against the rough ceiling. Or a timber. You follow Volga Zephyr at the head of the caravan. She is lighting one of the many bracketed torches along the way when shouts from the mouth of the mine reach you. Dredge! The gates and the town did nothing to halt their advance. Gudmundur and his men will slow them, Zephyr says, but it may not be enough. They have orders to collapse the opening if they're overwhelmed. Will you keep them from being overwhelmed? Let's see. Ravens back to the top. Heading up the mine shaft is like swimming against a current. Frightened villagers push forward, and you barely have room to get past the ox in the cart. Gudmundur, in his grim manner, looks pleased to see you. No real plan, he says, just kill as many as you can. The ravens around you smile at his words and begin to chant. Yeah, combat! I don't know why you would ever skip combat in this. Okay, so we got Bulwark, Gudmundur. Let's see. Sigbjorn ain't bad, Ollie's great. We'll throw Ollie on. Nichols. We got Nichols and Zephyr. Let's see what skills they have. So he just has Mend. That's bad. What's she have? Runic Gale. Creates a magically infused zone within which concentrated areas of power form. Anyone, friend or foe, who steps through one of these concentrations receives a burst of power for one turn. Extra willpower, strength damage, armor, or break damage. So she can summon buff locations and also mend. Not bad. I'd have to be very careful about not letting my enemies walk through that. We'll throw on Krumer. I could bring Folka. I don't care about Spar. Sigbjorn's okay. Back. What did Back have? Pig Sticker. Ah, right. He had Crit and Embolden. He's not a bad character. He's small, which helps. I'll consider him. Nichols... Since he only has Mend, I'm not really sure what the point of using Nichols is. Wait, let's see what his stat caps are. Yeah, they're atrocious. So he's just a healer. I'm probably not going to use him. We could bring Zephyr. She'd be interesting. But hard to level. I'll think about it. Let's see. What does Folka have? She's got Champion, and she's got Shield Mastery. Both are pretty good. She's also a pretty good tank. So, we'll bring Folka. And we've got... Let's see what Gudmundur is. So he's a Raid Master. Stonewall, Shield Wall. So, just the same as Gil. That's okay. We could always use more of those. We could bring Mogan. But honestly, Mogan's kind of maxed out. I could use him for things. Oh, 2 points available. I did not realize. Okay. Let's give him 10% chance to cause puncture. And 10% crit chance. Confirm. I didn't realize we still had stat points on him. We're definitely bringing Krumer. That goes without question. Let's bring back. His crit move actually seems pretty useful. So we'll do that, and we'll give him one to each of those. And, you know, Spearmen are nice, especially with Bulwark in tow. What with his ability to hurt allies and whatnot. Do we have enough to promote her? We do. We might as well. It's not that expensive anyway. So I think I'm just going to give her armor. Because of her... Well, not armor. Fight. And we're definitely gonna... We're gonna buff her the rest of the way. She actually has as much armor as most of the Varl, which that's really good. Okay, and can't promote him, but I don't think I really need to. Okay, let's go. I'm excited. I like this game. It's really well done. Oh. What is that gloomy thing standing watch over the stragglers? Or, I don't know. Anyway, so we've got a Gloom Warden. Splinter. 3+ arm damage to Dredge causes 1 arm damage to all adjacent Dredge. When Stone Slingers hit, all Gloom Wardens focus on its attacker for a round. Shudder. Covers all Dredge on the battlefield with volatile spikes that shatter on impact. Okay, so we need to kill the Gloom Warden. We also need to kill the Stone Singers. God, this sucks. Stone Singers aren't actually that tough, but they have some really, like, rough, they have some really rough, boosts, which I don't want to deal with. Rupture. Wounded allies explode, doing strength damage to adjacent enemies, and Umbrage. Lowers allies' armor, but sharply increases strength. Like, we need to kill these 3 first. Okay, so let's see. Move her over here, Krumr over here. Okay, so we've got... Wish I could see how far Bulwark can move. This is probably the best we can do. Okay, so this is this guy. So, he's got a little bit of... Let's see, we want to leave enough space for Bulwark here. We get Stonewall, but I think I'm just going to pop off his armor. If I can kill the Stone Singer, we'll be good. Ow. So we're going to move up. I want to hit him twice. I just realized Bulwark has extreme armor reduction, which is really useful. Okay. Okay, so he's diseased. Not the end of the world, but still sucks. Okay. So let's move here. And let's do Axe Storm on this guy. Maximum axes. We might kill it. Deflect. Well, it's okay. It puts him down into minimum range. Okay, yeah, the problem is we are now functionally diseased, which sucks. Like, we might actually have to go for a rest after this one. Just because. Right. Let's see. So we could kill the Slinger. They're good anti-armor people. I could move up and do Champion. And block hits on... Okay, who's next? So him, then him, then him, then Bulwark, and then this guy again. Okay, so chances are Bulwark's not going to get hit for a while. We could take out the Slinger, but we don't need to do that much. Let's start working on armor on these guys. Okay. Move here. Let's do Pig Sticker on this guy. Maximum Pig Sticking. Okay, crit. Not exactly the damage we're looking for. Oh shit, is he? He's already done? Wow. Damn. Okay. So I'm not super keen on this, but we need to kill out the Gloom Singer. Did I get them both? No, but... Oh, yes. I did get one of them. Okay, and then it's Ollie's turn again. Okay, so we don't want the Gloom Donger to do his move. Shudder would be, like, a huge issue. So let's not. Okay. I'm surprised the Stone Singers have not used their ability yet. I'm not happy about it. Okay, so we have Sundering Impact. We'll do Sundering Impact. Okay, that did not trigger the way I wanted it to, but that's okay. Let's scoot. Scoot out of not Krumer's way. Let's scoot out of Bulwark's way. Kill the last of the Stone Singers. Perfect. Okay. Yeah, kind of a high casualty fight. Comparatively, but we're making it work. Okay. So, I don't really want to be near Bulwark for this, because his turn's coming up and he's going to probably smack one of these guys. Let's just do 4 damage to this guy. Okay. I'm trying to figure out exactly where to position myself so I can fight people. I guess not. Alright. Perfect. Yeah, I don't want him to be using his frenzy on I don't want him to use his frenzy on allies. That tends to be a little bit costly. This is such a good character. Love the axe toss, it's so good. Okay, unfortunately we can't get Krumer in a good spot, but that's fine. Most of my enemies are looking pretty worse for the wear. Okay, let's move up. This guy I can take armor off of. Or I can do some damage to. Let's do a little bit of damage to him. That way he can't do anything to me. This is a good choice. Okay, so he's poisoned, but that's not really hurting that much. We'll just move here. What's up? The Slinger. Let's kill the Slinger. Okay, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna do Cull the Weak. Should be able to kill him, no problem. Yeah, the nice thing is we don't get the Frenzy. Well, this is happening. So we should be able to Cull the Weak a second time. Let's Cull the Weak, maximum culling. Should kill him. Nope. But it doesn't trigger Frenzy, which is kind of the main thing I was going for here. Alright, let's give him a little bit more. And you know what? It seems a little silly to me. I just like throwing axes. Never mind. That was a waste. That's okay. I guess Folka will get the kill, or maybe somebody else. Somebody will get the kill. Move Folka out of the way. Looks like Back gets the kill. Well, that's okay. Back needs a promotion anyway. Oh no. I don't think I am being forced to fight these guys. I hope not. We are not prepared for this battle. Either that or I'll switch and let me recover just a little bit. Because that was a rough fight. I was not expecting 2 Stone Singers and a Gloombringer to be in the same party against me. Fall back, Gudmundur repeats. The opening is ready to come down. As everyone sprints into the mine, the guard captain tosses you a heavy hammer and points to a timber. You deserve the honor, he says. You turn and look at the gray sky, the snow, Bindle, and the dredge walking towards you. With a hefty swing, the timber snaps and the rocks begin to fall. You drop the hammer and race down the shaft towards the light of the torches. I was afraid I'd have to fight those guys. Anyway, ahead, the path comes to a dead end against the smooth surface of a large flat rock. We should camp, Zephyr says. It may be the last decent sleep these people get for days. I'll need Nichols to assist me in opening the path beyond, but first, you and I should talk. Okay, so we can rest. Let's take a look at rest. Nope, not rest. I want to do heroes. There's something about a cracked skull here that I wanted to look at. Oh, I see. Injured for 1 day. That's fine. We can make that work. Okay, training. Well, let's talk to her first, and then I'll probably take a look at training, seeing as we might actually be able to train and get some more renown. A few small fires provide a sense of calm for the caravan. Though the villagers keep well away from the ravens, there's enough light to see that you are no longer in a man-made mine, but a natural cave of sorts. What are we doing down here? Staying alive and keeping Bellower from the dredge. I thought that was obvious. But we keep heading down like we're hunting dwarves. The Vulca gives you a ghost of a smile. Until today, no one but a few on the council knew about these tunnels, not even the Menders. We didn't create them, but we have used them a great deal over the years to travel far distances quickly. Zephyr becomes quiet, awaiting a question. Where do they lead? Practically everywhere. Arberang, Vaux, Grafheim, or what's left of it. I'm not sure anyone knows the full extent of these underground paths, but we are about to enter a corridor. One of the main tunnels. Zephyr becomes quiet, awaiting a question. So where are we headed? Where would you go, knowing that you possess the sleeping body of the immortal Sunder General? You want us to drag him to bloody Manahar, don't you? Manahar is the safest place to secure Bellower's body. Whatever drew the Dredge army towards us in Bindle, the council can find a way to stop it. And what about my ravens? So far helping Velka pays less than a bloodshed coin. And that's why I'm talking to you alone now. The corridor will lead us to Manahar in a week's time. See us there safely, and I will give you a genuine Vulca oath. You will be rewarded well enough to never need to work again. You look around the cave walls, and back the way you came. We'll go to Manahar. We were heading there anyway, after the Blue River. Okay, so we got that taken care of. We can leave. We could rest, but I don't feel like it. Okay, let's see if we have any more of these. Oh, I guess we need a new character before we can train. Gotcha. So, I don't really feel like resting purely for Gudmundur. He's not that useful of a character. I'd rather bring on like Sigbjorn or Mogan or Bercy or something. Just because. So I think let's just leave. And if we need to use a -1 strength is not that big of a deal. It's better than starving out here. But we'll see how it goes. Some of our heroes are injured and need to rest in camp. In the light of the torches, everyone is covered in soot and dirt. They smell bad too. It comes as no surprise when the sound of running water excites the caravan. It has to be some underground river or something, a woman says, and all the villagers start moving in that direction. Let's see. Stand back, see what they find, push ahead of everyone. Everyone stop. Scouts will check it out. Those around you stop, but others push onward, so you hear popping noises, then screams. All you see is a bobbing torches until the villagers run back to the path. It killed them, a man says. You grab him by the shoulder. Some kind of plant. Leaves made the noise like water, but it had thorns and grabbed them. They just died. This is terrible, Zephyr says, taking the deaths personally. We should stick to the paths as much as possible. Too much can go wrong down here. The faces of those passing you are frightened. Well, I tried to warn them. Hello. Didich? I don't know, anyway. Hello. The man's sudden appearance makes you tense. I didn't mean to sneak up on you. It's something I do. I mean, it's something I've learned to do. Something that will get you killed if you do it to me again. Okay, yes, understood. But it does have its uses. Just allow me to fight alongside you. Well, a fight. A fight. You won't regret it. You scoff and turn away from the man, only to see Gudmundur approach. I see you met Didich. Strange fellow to have next to you in a fight, but he finds his way through enemy defenses. Then you fight next to him. People near me tend to get hurt, but his injuries won't be an accident. I think he joined us? I hope he joined us. I like his character design. This game does cloth incredibly well, which has always been cool to me. What's going on here? You hear Folka ask a group of ravens. They're standing around a whimpering man on his knees. He kept whining about being hungry, one of your fighters says. We found these little glowing berries for him, but suddenly he's not so hungry. The others chuckle. Knock the berries out of his hand. Let Folka handle this. Make your fighters eat them. Force the man to eat them. Make your fighters eat them. As the fighters chew, their mouths glow with berry juice. Folka and the man she helped start laughing. The fighters look at each other and laugh. After a while, they show no signs of illness. They don't taste half bad either, says one raven. Others start collecting the berries to eat and squeeze, waving glowing hands in the dark. Mothers rub their smiling children in the juices in order to keep track of them. Hey, free supplies, morale improves. I thought it was like poison berries and I was going to poison my own fighters as like a justice thing, but guess not. Anyway, though torches highlight the craggy black rocks and puddles on the path underfoot, they do little to keep everyone together. Sharp turns around boulders quickly block lines of sight. We've lost a few families, Zephyr informs you. We need to stop and find them. You consider your options. Let's see. Shout, we're over here, this is the only time. I appreciate the help, she says, and splits everyone into search groups. As you search, you realize it's just as hard to track time down here as it is above with the sun that never moves. Sometime later, you think you hear voices to the left. Okay, let's call out to the left. Using a softer voice than usual, you call out, "You there?" A moment later, you hear a response, "Who there?" A voice that sounds like yours, but different. Let's search in the direction of the response. As you move away from the main path, you leave someone with a torch standing every so often. The route proves useless. This route proves useless, as it seems you must have heard nothing but an echo. You follow the line of torches back to the camp. Let's keep searching down the path. A bit further down, you find the source of the sounds. A mother is holding her children, tucked away in the recess of a rock formation. She whimpers as you approach, and Folka says, "Better let me handle this." Moments later, you all head back to meet with the Zephyr. Surprisingly, all the missing clansmen were found. Hey, we got forage for doing so. Okay, water barrels are running low. Holfi, your quartermaster reports, and I'll be damned if I start licking these slimy rocks for a drink. The shield maiden looks at you. These people start getting desperate for water down here. You cut her off, I know. You say, "Send out some scouts. We'll camp here until they return." Some of your ravens and other members of the caravan grew up and grab torches, rope, and water skins before heading off in different directions. Better catch some rest while you can, Focus says. Nothing to do until they get back anyway. Laying down, you focus on the ground. You focus on the sound of a small drip somewhere in the cave. It grows louder, like the beat of a drum. Like thousands of feet marching behind you. You turn and everyone stops. You see the glowing eyes of your army looking at you in admiration. 100 members break formation to dig holes in the cavern floor and place stone bowls in the depressions. The bowls fill quickly with water, and the first is offered to you. You slake your thirst before seeing your red-armored reflection in the bowl. You wake up with a shout and Folka joins you. What was it this time? She asks, concerned. I dreamt I was asunder. I led an army of dredge through here. They respected, no, they liked me. The shield maiden has no response. Some of the scouts return with some water. Others simply don't return. Okay, a rope bridge with wooden planking crosses an open span in the cavern formations. Looks old, Folka says. Narrow, not meant for carts. Get the menders to reinforce it. Both Zephyr and Nichols move through the crowd and begin tracing patterns in the air with their staffs. The only thing you see is a slight lift in the bridge, but they walk across first to calm any fears. The caravan crosses without incident. I don't see why I wouldn't do that to begin with. Oh, you know, I just realized I hadn't really been paying attention to this, but we've got this, like, really cool black banner. I like that a lot. I like the texturing on these rocks. It looks nice. Rocks are very hard to do in in 2D. I guess more I like the detail work. The texture is kind of okay.
I've slept in caves like this for entire winters. But there's something about this place. Something old. Unfamiliar. I don't like it. But I don't like all these humans on the verge of panic either. Maybe these dwellings up ahead will calm them down.
Dwellings? Be interesting if we found dwarves down here. I've always loved dwarves in video games. And, I mean, technically the Varl more or less fit the bill here. This is... oh, is this like a hidden godstone? It might be. It looks like it. It definitely has kind of the visual of all the previous godstones. Yeah, we're probably not going to find dwarves. Anyway, let's interact with it. Zephyr looks up at the giant-shaped formation, glittering with strange glowing patterns. The Volca know almost nothing about this ancient race's culture, let alone their god, Veznan. The name alone might be wrong, but we have a framework of letters based on repeated patterns found around here. She wanders around the glowing pools of the Godstone. If we are correct, Veznan was not their only god, but he became one of the most powerful at the cost of everything dear to him. She looks at you. Of course, if what you hold dear is something like control, maybe there is power in letting go. Gems of various sizes and shapes are found embedded in the surrounding stones. The clansmen are soon hammering away in an attempt to pry a particularly large gem loose. The ringing of hammers echoes through the deep. Making too much noise. Try your luck at prying one out, or say nothing and watch them work. I get the feeling she was hinting, you know, let go and we'll get it. But I don't know. You know what? I don't know. Alright, so, I think her comment was absolutely like a hint. So stop, you're making too much noise. I don't think we're gonna get anything out of that one. Try your luck at prying one out. I get the feeling that's not gonna work either. Say nothing and watch them work. I don't know, I feel like all of these options are kind of bad, because I'm used to whenever I let my people do something for me, it never works. But of all these options, that's probably the best, so say nothing, watch them work. The clansmen go about their work. You never knew that these men had the skills that they did. To leverage the ends of large picks, while two men in front guide the tips. These men are miners. It takes only minutes for them to skillfully pry the gem from its deep socket. Talented workers who should be learned from, not dominated. A man from behind claps you on the back, smiling. The miners walk forward and place the red gem in your hands with grateful smiles. We got the gem of Veznan. Ooh, I want to see what that does. And we can talk to people. Oh, hey, we're camping. So we can go to the pools, we can rest, we can leave. Let's go to heroes? Let's talk to Back first, I guess. The spearman is standing alone, staring off into the depths of the caves. If you take off down one of these tunnels, we're not going after you. Back doesn't respond. He doesn't want to talk. I like him already. Do you know the worst part of it all? Never mind, I don't like him. Worst part of what? Of everything. This world, this life, if you can call it that. It's the silence. You give Folka a look. He hasn't slept near Ollie. That man makes all kinds of strange sounds. That's just noise. There's a silence from the loneliness. Folka inhales sharply. He's hit a sore spot. Maybe these tunnels and caves make it worse. There used to be days of talk. We used to laugh. Are you talking about your feigned spear again? Back turns and stares at you with the eyes of a man undecided on going mad. Laughlin helps where she can, but no, there was another. Now there's an endless hole shaped like her, and if I don't keep filling it with work or drink... He walks away without finishing his thought. Keep an eye on him. I'm the only one who gets to lose their mind and start killing. He's not crazy, he's alone. Whoever she was, he still thinks she was the greatest. I'm jealous of her. It would be nice to have someone feel that way about me. You shake your head, snort, and walk away. Faint humans. Okay. No, yeah, there we go. The young mender stands tall and proud as you approach. Bulwark, I was thinking, while wondering, about what it takes to become a raven. I've never heard stories about a test or trials to join. Is there a test? Why do you care? Aren't you Zephyr's lackey? Well, apprentice, yes. I'm a full mender training to become a Volca. Part of our training requires world experience. Couldn't you work with a blacksmith or something? Nicholas frowns at her. Let's see. Would you kill someone for coin? Kill for... The mender's face pales a bit. I mean, I guess, if that was the job. Folka walks up and clamps a hand on one of Nicholas's now sagging shoulders. Most of what we do never makes it into the Skald songs. I guess I need to think on this a little bit more. Let us know in Manahar. Nichols nods as you walk off. I figure I might as well encourage him, just in case he gets, like, a new ability and actually becomes a viable character. Because I don't want to have to get him to level 6 before he actually gets something worthwhile. So let's take a look at heroes first. I want to see what that gem does, seeing as it's interesting. Oh boy. Okay. Extra strength talent ranks. Extra crit. Extra strength minus will. Interesting. You know, unfortunately, this is a gem for a level 8 character, which pretty much only means Bulwark. I mean, it wouldn't be a bad idea. He's already got a fair amount of break. I could put it on another character. Improves my ability, increases my item rank, higher stats and talents. So, the question is, would it give me... Like, if I put points into Artery Strike, would it give me even higher crit chance, which is tempting? I don't like Bulwark's stats that much. We'll try it. This is for science. Okay. So let's put our points into Artery Strike. The chance to crit is worthwhile. We'll give that. Plus, we can give the belt to somebody that needs it. Possibly back, actually. It's not a bad item for him. I'll switch him out for probably Sigbjorn. Not much I can do with the guy, but he's still pretty good. No Gunnulf, though. Not in the slightest. Okay. So last, let's inspect these pools. This is a sacred sanctuary for those who built it, the Vulca says, walking around the perfectly round, rippling pools. At least, from what we have uncovered. The top pool was for reflecting on one's deeds. The middle was to ask for strength from the world. And the bottom pool was for insight into one's own future. She hesitates before saying, I've never done anything but studied their inscriptions. Reflect on your past, ask for strength, look ahead, leave the pools alone. Let's ask for strength from the middle pool. Ignoring the peaceful setting in the ancient cave, you stomp over to the middle pool, dipping both hands into the water. It turns blood red in your cupped hands, but it doesn't stop you from drinking deeply. Instantly, images of war flash through your mind, swords hacking mail, arrows piercing leather, stone shattering. You open your eyes, panting. All 3 pools have gone dark. It feels as though you have fought and learned. Other ravens talk of similar feelings, a shared growth of understanding in battle. I should check on the others, you think. They may have learned something out of all of this. Plus kills. Oh. That was probably kind of useless, but whatever. Alright. Yeah, if there's anything that we need, kills is not it. But that actually could be good for characters like Gudmundur, who, you know, normally isn't very good. But I could probably promote. I mean, his stats aren't bad. Yeah, it looks like it counted for Nichols, too. I don't know. I guess that's okay. Oh, right! Didic. Tracker. Is he an archer? No. Track. Ducking and weaving among his allies, the tracker becomes invisible to his enemies. He waits for the right moment to and finds his target's most vulnerable spot before attacking. The effect of the invisibility disappears the instant the tracker deals damage, so picking the correct target is critical, and will change the entire balance of the battle. Oh! So he can ignore large sections of armor. He also has light step, which he can pass through allies. You know what? I'm gonna promote this guy. He seems like he'd be really good. I'm gonna just give him strength for the time being. But I'm gonna see if I can get this guy up. His stats aren't terrible, but the ability to ignore 9 armor to, like, wallop somebody for potentially 11 damage or something like that, that could be a really good way of, like, plonking down one of the more frustrating enemies. And he's also got, like, a really good armor break talent even beyond this. So I will start using him a little bit more often. Goodbye, Sigbjorn. Hello, Didic. And we're good. Okay. Hopefully we didn't need that renown. But honestly, the game seems to be a lot more friendly with supplies and renown. Much more so than any of the previous... Well, not any of the previous games, but much more so than the previous game. I guess they kind of realized that the, like, whole starvation thing got really frustrating. And as such, we don't have to worry about as much. I think. Either that or that was a symptom of easy mode of all things. I don't know.